Hello, VC community. My name is Darren Locke. That's not true. My name's not Darren Locke. I hope everybody's doing all right, and it's time to make another video. And today I'm going to do a video showcasing my Zappa. Here, I'll tell you what. I prepared myself to do this. And there it is right there. That's my Zappa collection. You can see it lined up so that I can get to a bunch of box sets toward the end there. There's some singles. Right, let's get to it right now. A detailed view of everything that I have. And of course, to start off, I got Freak Out. This is an old 1966 pressing on Verve. And there you go. This is actually in really good shape. I picked this up secondhand somewhere because in 1966 I was 5. So it wouldn't have registered with me. I listened to WABC out of New York City. And I didn't really learn a whole lot about Zappa until much, much later. So, but anyway, Verve, it's a stereo pressing, I believe. And yeah, I think mono pressings are probably pretty valuable. But anyway, this is a actual album cover's in really good shape too. I mean, there's no real ring wear, which is amazing. All right, oops, inside, and there's the back. Susie cream cheese. What's got into you? So anyway, there is it's actually not my first version of Freak Out. I actually got a bastardized hybrid version, one with a black label and one with a blue label, before I owned this copy. And I don't know what happened to that bastardized version. And from 2 different sets. Anyway, this is a repressing that I had just picked up. In fact, I just got this maybe within the last month or so. Okay. This is nice because this came with a Freak Out Hotspots map that I guess was in early pressings, or maybe you could order this from Verve Records. I don't know what the deal is with this, but there you go. And it's got all kinds of Freak Out hotspots with, you know, somewhere in LA. There's Sunset Boulevard and Santa Monica Boulevard, Melrose. And it's got, these spots are all named and numbered. The Whiskey A Go-Go. It's a cool little map anyway. And these pressings, this is kind of odd, I thought. I thought this was an odd thing to do. Side 1 has the Barking Pumpkins label, and side 2 has the Zappa label, which they were using right before they started using that purple Barking Pumpkins one. So I don't know, I always liked the Zappa label. I thought it was cool. Anyway, let's put it back. And what I'm playing is actually a compilation of early really early stuff that Zappa did. Here, let's take a look at that. Yeah, Studio Z Recordings. Studio Z Recordings. This is a compilation that I put together and all kinds of stuff that he did in PAL Studios. I think it was back in starting back in '62. But I thought I would put that on the side so I wasn't all by myself. I'm hanging out with Zappa and all his collaborators in this studio. Right, so that's this version of Freak Out. And of course, the next one is absolutely free. That's supposed to be open? I don't even know. Anyway, this is a single LP. What the hell? Oh. I think I found an old advertisement and made a Xerox copy of it years and years ago. But anyway, old Verve Records inner sleeve to house the Verve record. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, side one. Another one in beautiful, beautiful. I tell you, I took care of my records. Obviously, I didn't get this new either, but I took care of them. You can see just how clean that is. Let me scrape it on this stand that the camera's on and ruin it. All right, so that is absolutely free. What a great album this is. This tree is ugly and it wants to die. There's so much detail in the back of this album, man. Just reading this stuff. I don't know if this was Cal Schenkel who did this, but anyway, what a great record. Zappa's second album, and here is a re-release of that album. This was a 50th anniversary re-release and has, here, let's pull it out. Of course, the original album art, and it's beautiful. This is actually a double record set. I like the labels that they used here. What is the maker of this, though? Damn. All right, well, anyway. Maybe Zappa. Oh. So here's the label on this re-release. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Whoops. And gorgeous. And this came with a something that I think that came with the original album, or maybe you had to order it from Verve Records. I'm not sure, but it came with what they call absolutely free, the complete libretto, all the words on the record. Yes, now you can sing along with Frank and everyone else. All right, I believe these are still available. I would get one if you're a big fan of Zappa. You're gonna want this. I mean, this is gorgeous. All right, but the other thing about this re-release is it came with a second album with some extra tracks. Different mixes. It's a couple of. It's got the two single tracks that were released on the original Ryko CD. Beautiful though. Look at the label. And then, of course, when they don't have enough to fill a fourth side, they give you an etching. I don't know. I kind of don't like these etchings, although this is my first Zappa etching, so. There, can you see Frank? Oh, there he is, looking at you. You're looking at him, and he's looking right back at you. But anyway, I like it. I like this one. Yeah, I changed my mind. I like the etching. All right? Changed my mind. So anyway, that's the absolutely free re-release. This is so discouraging because I'm only on the second album, and it's already been 11 minutes. This is going to be forever. Okay, so let's put it away, and let's get to, if you're a Zappa file, you can guess what the next record is. Excuse me. Sorry about that. We're only in it for the money, folks. Ow. What an ugly bunch of mothers. You gotta love them. Look at that. Aren't they beautiful? Okay, Verve Records. There were a couple of different pressings of this album. I'm not sure which one this is. It's one of them. And it's nice to have, I'll tell you when, oh, I love this because it's not a banded record, you know, there's no bands. It's just one complete band on both sides. And when they released this material, when Ryko Disc put it out, and they released, they added the new bass and drums because they said that the oxide particles were falling off. Well, I guess what they did was ended up, well, anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself here. When they released that stuff, and I heard that, those recordings with the added bass and drums, I was not, it did not endear itself to me. I did not appreciate it in the least. I wanted to hear the original recordings. So eventually they put out a CD, I guess maybe made from a safety tape or something. And they put out the proper thing. But I still have the ones with the re-recorded bass and drums. It's in one of them box sets over there, one of the old masters. You could see that this was based on, well, now you can see it was based on a parody of, the cover was based on a parody of Sgt. Pepper, of course. And now this is a re-release of that album in mono, and it's on a picture disc. So isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? And what's so nice is, now picture this, yeah, they used to be so full of pops and it just sounded like absolute crap. These are so much quieter and absolutely gorgeous, right? You gotta admit, it's beautiful. And this also comes with a copy of the insert that comes in the original record. So I'm not gonna pull it out. What's the point? It looks just like the other one. And of course, there's the inner sleeve that was originally released as the outer sleeve, which was not what they wanted to do, but that cease and desist or whatever order, whatever legal maneuver Apple made, they said, hey, or the Beatles said, hey, don't do it. So anyway, so there you have that. And now, Lumpy Gravy. Is this phase 2 of We're Only in It for the Money? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. I don't think that question was ever answered. But isn't Frank delightful? Look at him. What a happy guy. So, one of my favorite Zappa albums. This is beautiful. I love this record. And so short, too. Only about 15, 16 minutes aside. Here's a re-release of that record. Slightly different artwork. And look at this record. Oh, for God's sake. They went all out, didn't they? Side 1. Look at the label and just look at the record. Oh, beautiful. I can almost see you through this record. I love it. I love this strange red pukey color. It's beautiful. All right, marble, red, deep red, blood red, whatever the hell they call this. What did they call it? This was released, what, maybe 2 years ago? This re-release. No extra papers, but you don't need them when you have these cool custom labels and beautiful red vinyl. And as a matter of fact, let's see, they call it, here's the hype sticker, FZ's original 1967 orchestral only edit of Lumpy Gravy, available for the first time on LP. All analog mastering on 45 RPM, 180 gram heavyweight burgundy, marble burgundy vinyl. So there you have it. Yeah, this isn't even actually a repress of this. It's the orchestral version. And it's fucking beautiful. Sorry, kids. Sorry about the cursing. Ah! All right, Mother Mania. They're a compilation. I think that Verve, well, this was on Bizarre, so I guess this was maybe this was the authorized release. Well, it says Verve, and it's got Bizarre on the cover. It's got a Verve label. This is another one that is not banded. Okay. But it's got all kinds of stuff from the first 3 albums. It doesn't, I don't think it's got anything from from Lumpy Gravy. It can't happen here. Yeah, it's got stuff from the first 3 albums, and it's great. The Best of the Mothers. Then there was an album called The Worst of the Mothers, and maybe that was the unauthorized release. I can't recall. I just can't remember. Sorry. All that stuff's available on Google. I'm just showing you my records, okay? So, all right. And stick with the pattern. Here's a re-release. And I'll just show you this one real quick because the record itself is just beautiful. Again, with the great custom labels. All right. Somebody's teeth on side 1. Oops. And sounds great. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, let's put it all back. That's what takes all the time. sorry, man. Sorry, I can't edit these freaking videos either. Terrible. All right, another compilation. This is an import from England. Includes Why Don't You Do Me Right and Big Leg Emma. Those are the two of the extra tracks on that repressing. And that was absolutely free. Why Don't You Do Me Right? And this is, I like this record, man. I listened to this. It's in beautiful shape. It's got a black Verve label. Looks a little bit different than the American releases because this is a British release. And is in, I just got this maybe 3 months ago from somebody, 2 or 3 months ago. And the pressing is real clean. And it's got a lot of, well, it's got tracks from the first, actually from the first 5 albums. Because it does have a an excerpt from Lumpy Gravy. Oh, first 4 albums. Oh yeah, I think it does have something from Cruising with Reuben and the Jets. That's the one record I don't believe that I have on vinyl in my collection, is Cruising with Reuben and the Jets. And maybe one of these days I'll correct that little problem. Here's Hot Rats from 1970. Man, if you know Zappa and you don't know Hot Rats, you don't know Zappa. This is a great freaking record. This is Zappa's first foray into fusion, and it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous, mostly instrumental record. It's got Willie the Pimp on it with the Captain singing it, and that's nice. But this is a great record. And oh, this is also the first record that Zappa put out on the Bizarre label he got with Warner Reprise. So there's the beautiful blue and green, I guess that's green, is that like puke green in that label? But anyway, the Bizarre label, a label that I fell in love with because it's just beautiful. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. There it is upside down, in case you want to change your perspective. And this is the original inner sleeve for Bizarre. Look at that strange, I guess that's a, I don't know what the hell that is. Is that a washing machine? I don't know what it is. Maybe that's a distillery. I don't know. Somebody tell me. Hey, Nelda. All right, and now, to stick with the pattern, this is, which one is this? This is the one from, oh shit, what's the company? God damn. It is Newberry Comics. Maybe 3 years ago, they put this pink splatter vinyl out. All right, now, I like colored vinyl, but man, when they do shit like this, I really like that. Custom labels, Newberry Records, Newberry Comics, I should say, has been pressing records for customized colored vinyl records for a while now, and they released this a while ago, maybe 2015 or 2016. Here, let's take a look at the back of the. Oh shit! It's again, the writing is so small and it's so poorly. It's a poor contrast. You just can't see. I just can't read it. So I'm not going to worry, or maybe in the label it says. Let's just find out if we can. Jesus Christ, it says 1969. Now, this wasn't pressed in 1969, obviously. This was pressed very recently, but it was anyway, it was around 2016, 2017 when this came out. This splatter vinyl. All right, let's get it back in here. Back of the album cover. And here's this beautiful gatefold. Good old Frank, man. You sure did get a lot for your money when you bought a Zappa album years ago, because most of them were gatefolds with all kinds of cool information and all kinds of cool pictures and artwork and great stuff. There's Christine. I think that's Christine in there, who died of an overdose not too long after, a couple years later. Oh, here's another one. This just came out. It was released, I think, right at the beginning of the year. And it's got a different custom labels. Okay, and it's just pink. But what the hell am I doing with it? I just had to have it. I had to have it. All right, beautiful, still beautiful pink, or darker pink. It's supposed to be pink. They said it was. They said it was gonna be pink. Okay, but it's kind of reddish, I guess. Translucent hot pink. Okay, that's the official term for that color. All right, translucent hot pink, and it is hot. Hot rats. Okay, and what's next? It's one of these Warner samplers. Warner Reprise put this out. It's got the Bizarre label on it too. So, and it's got Frank on the cover. Oh, you know what this is? Yeah, this. And this is the reason I kept it too, is because this is actually a Bizarre Records sampler. This has, man, is this beat up, huh? But I think it's relatively rare. And this has Alice Cooper, Titanic Overture, Captain Beefheart and his Magic Band, The Blimp, Mouse Trap, I can't even read that. Judy Henske and Jerry Yester, Tim Buckley, I Must Have Been Blind, Wildman Fisher, Merry-Go-Round, and Alice Cooper again, Reflected. Oh yeah, that Captain Beefheart, that was off a Trout Mask Replica. The original release of Trout Mask Replica was on Bizarre Records. Isn't that bizarre? And then somebody else named Tim Daw, Little Boy Blue. Lord Buckley, I've heard of Lord Buckley. Jeff Simmons, Lucille Has Messed My Mind Up. We're getting to that one later. That one was recorded in Joe's garage. All right, and a few other guys. If you really need to know, you could probably Google it. I know that there's a Zappa website out there somewhere that has this information. So anyway, that's my Zapped compilation. I think that came out with 2 different covers too, but I think I've had the better one, even if it's beat up. Weasels, Ripped My Flesh. This one's a little bit beat up, but it doesn't have much ring wear on the cover, and the album looks a little bit rough, but actually plays very, very quietly. And this is a great album. Eric Dolphy Memorial Barbecue, right there off the bat. That's side 2. Did you get any on ya? Directly from my heart to you, prelude to the afternoon of a sexually aroused gas mask. Come on, with titles like that, you know these are these are happening tunes, man. Let's put it back and move on to the next record. We're running out of time. It's already been 30 minutes. All right. Oh, what's next on the hit parade? Jesus Christ, Chunga's Revenge. All right, that Weasels Rip My Flesh, is that one of the first ones that didn't have a gatefold sleeve? Because Chunga's Revenge has one, see? You can open this one up like a garage door. Look at that. Oh, Jesus Christ, they buried everyone. All right, there's the back with a bunch of information. And 2 Frank Zappas. Look, they cloned them. Isn't that scary? God, I wish they did, and the other one was still alive. This, again, is on Bizarre Records. Again, in beautiful shape. I picked this up. I was in a band, man, and one of the guys in the band, the keyboard player, this guy named Jimmy, had a lot of old Zappa records and let me buy them from him. God, Jimmy has since passed on, and Jimmy, I miss you. You were a great guy. He was such a freaking great guy. Funny, laid back, just fantastic dude, and a good keyboard player, and a good singer. That was a fun band. Remember that stuff, Jody? Our lead singer was Jody. She was beautiful, and still is. A beautiful, beautiful lady. Look, another copy. Chunga's Revenge. Yeah, it's Revenge is coming back. What a great album. 200 Motels. The original soundtrack. Is this the original soundtrack? The original motion picture soundtrack featuring the Mothers of Invention and the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. This album is an import on United Artists. Okay. And is in impeccable shape. Wow, look at this. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. United Artists. And this is a German import. Lonesome Cowboy Bird. Yeah, this is a good, it's a nice clean copy of this German pressing. And I'm going to have to get some new inner sleeves to house these records. Not only is this a beautiful German import and the records are in great shape, it's got this great gatefold, but it also has a nice little booklet in there. Certificate of Approval and Rating from United Artists Corporation. This is to certify that 200 Motels, produced by Murakami Wolf Productions and Bizarre Productions, distributed by United Artists Corporation, complies with the standards of the Code of Self-Regulation and has been rated R. R, 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 R. Cal Schenkel signed this certificate. Look, it's actually got the sheet music right inside this booklet. Oops, sorry, kiddies. Ain't showing that. If you want to see that, you're going to have to buy your own copy. Look at these guys. You could tell they're trouble just by looking at them. Jesus. I keep everything. That's from the CD of this release. It came with this big, silly OBI, I guess you can call it. Yeah. Ryko Disc Records, man, and their original releases with those OBIs. Anyway, nice little booklet. Oh, there's Ruth. Ruth on the kit. Can you see her? She's right above my hands. There's Ruth. That's Ruth. All right. There's the back. There's all the songs, but if you really want to find out what's on there, Google it or buy it. I'm sure that Ryko disc still sells. No, probably the Zappa Family Trust probably sells it. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Ooh, burnt weenie sandwich. Next, another gatefold cover. I believe Cal Schenkel. Cal Schenkel is responsible for this. And awesome. The Mothers of Invention. God, this is a tasty little sucker, everyone. And it is on Bizarre Records. So let's save some time and not pull that record out, because you know what the label looks like. You know I've been showing it to you for how long now? 36 minutes and 51 seconds. But what is this? Newberry Comics again. They're at it again, folks. And what does this record look like? Well, first of all, this comes with a really handy dandy insert. Let's see if I can open this up without damaging it completely. The Mothers of Invention sincerely regret to inform you. Jesus Christ, can you see it? The Mothers of Invention sincerely regret to inform you. Well, I'll tell you what. They sincerely regret to inform you. Okay? So just leave it at that. Why do we have to get into all the details there and make it ugly, you frickin' people? All right, and by the way, speaking of details, this is why I got it. Newberry Comics. I tell you what, Newberry Comics, you keep putting these out, I'm going to keep buying them. Because I can't stop. Because they're beautiful. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. It's beautiful. And it sounds magnificent. And there is, I don't know what that is. Those tits? I don't know. I don't know. No, those aren't tits. That's just a 7 and a 5. All right, that's side one. Let's put it away and go on to the next record before this phone stops recording. I'll tell you what, if this phone stops recording, I'm still putting it up because I just spent about 40 minutes now showing all these records, and I'm going to show them. Even if it's not an entire clip that I wanted to put out. Anyway, that's Newberry Comics again for you folks. Look them up online. And if you can't get them from Newberry Comics, get them from somebody who got them from Newberry Comics. They're beautiful albums. Oh, the Mothers at the Fillmore. This looks like a bootleg, but it's not a bootleg. Don't forget to vote, everyone. You know, maybe it made a difference back then. I don't know. I don't even know. It's quite frightening out there. It's a Warner Reprise inner sleeve, but it's It's a bizarre record. All right. Oh, look. It's a great live record, man, with Flo and Eddie. And I don't know if the Flo and Eddie incarnation of the Mothers is my favorite. Probably not my favorite, but it's good. These guys are awesome. Another copy with a little bit darker print so you can read it. All right, and this was actually a cutout. Look, ladies and gentlemen, these things you could find in bargain bins years ago. All right, a little saw cut in there. Just another band from LA, folks. This has the saga Billy the Mountain. It's almost 25 minutes long on side one, and it's great. This was another album that I got from my pal Jimmy, who was the keyboard player in our band. Jimmy, thank you again. You were awesome. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't get this from Jimmy. I take that back. This album, in fact, this is not even a cutout, is it? Nope. This is, I was hanging out with some friends. We were on a boardwalk, and this album, you know, I grew up in Jersey, and they, you know, all kinds of boardwalks that had all kinds of goofy stands. You could do stuff. You could throw a baseball and hit something, and you could win a stuffed bear or something. Well, some of these places, you could win an album. And you know, most of the albums they had hanging were, you know, classic rock and, you know, popular shit. This one was sitting up there, and I said, holy fuck, I have to get that album. So I threw a baseball or did something. Somebody did something. Maybe one of my friends did something. And I got this record. It was a sealed copy at the beach. Thank God it didn't warp. Hey, look at this. The Grand Wazoo. Again on Bizarre Records. And this has, for Calvin and his next two hitchhikers, the Grand Wazoo. Of course it has the Grand Wazoo. It's called the Grand Wazoo. Cletus, Auritus, Auritus. Eat that question. And one of the most beautiful Zappa compositions I think ever. Blessed Relief. Go ahead, take a whiz. Go ahead, Dave. Waka Waka. Again on Bizarre. This is another non-gatefold album. And it's got a little bit of wear there, a little bit of... Now, what are you going to do? But it's another good album. Big Swifty. Swifty. Ooh, 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 ooh. Big Swifty. And next on the hit parade, Overnight Sensation. All right, 1973. He starts rocking out again. And this is, I believe, I think this is the first one on Discreet. And as a matter of fact, there's the label. Discreet Records, okay. And he's back to rocking and rolling. Camarillo Brillo, I'm the Slime. Dirty Love. 50-50. And Zombie Wolf, Dynamo Hum, and moving to Montana soon. Gonna be a dental floss tycoon. This is not jiving with the music that's on the record. Okay. George Duke. Thank God for George Duke. Because George Duke contributes on this record, and George Duke is magnificent. George Duke is one of my musical gods, ladies and gentlemen. And I got to know George through Frank. And his musical output is just phenomenal. Get some, if you like Frank Zappa, look for some George Duke albums. What are you waiting for? The guy's fantastic. Oh, another one. Ladies and gentlemen, Newberry Comics has done it again. Let's take a look. Strange how you pull that out of the first flap and not the second, but the Newberry Comics pressing. All right, this is side one. Look at that orange blob in the middle. Okay, you think, whoa, maybe it skips. Well, no, it doesn't skip. It's a freaking record. So, look at that. Okay? Beautiful, isn't it? Of course it is. And it sounds magnificent. Newberry Comics. Folks. All right. That's Burt Ward singing, by the way. That's Orange Colored Sky. That's a Zappa production from, what, 66, I guess? 67? And it's on a single that I'll show you later if this camera keeps filming. I love Newberry Comics. Guys, thanks. Another discreet pressing. And of course this is apostrophe. And of course this has Don't Eat the Yellow Snow, Nanook Rubs It, St. Alfonso's Pancake Breakfast, Father Oblivion, and Cosmic Debris. And then it's got on the other side, it's got centrifugal, eccentrifugal fours, apostrophe, Uncle Remus, and Stinkfoot. But look, Newberry Comics, again with the frickin' cool pressings. So let's show it to you, folks. Yeah, it's Frank again, right in the middle of that label. That's side one. Okay. Yeah. And side two. So there now you can see what the labels look like. And it's got that nice yellow blob. What is that? It's yellow dye number 1, I guess. Don't eat it. So let's put it back and move on. Roxy and Elsewhere. Boy, is this a beat up copy. Roxy and Elsewhere. It's not quite as beat up a copy. But it's another discreet pressing. This. Oh my God. This is a repress. Now I had a copy of this on Discreet. I think it's Discreet. Was it Discreet? And it skipped at the beginning of Inca Roads. Now, Inca Roads, first of all, this album, if you don't have this album and you're a Zappa fan, how can you say you're a Zappa fan if you don't have this record? This is one of his best albums ever. One of his best ever. One size fits all. Okay? And this is a repress. This is available. If you don't have this album, go frickin' buy a copy, because Inca Roads alone makes this legendary. Of course, George Duke is all over this record. And it's so good. Ruth Underwood's on here. You know, the gang. All right. Oh, and Chester Thompson, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, one size does fit all. on this record. So get it and listen to it. And if you don't want to get the record, get the CD and listen to it. It's one of the best albums. It's got such... You know what? I'm just going to shut up. Let the music speak for itself, man, because it's a really good album. Just go listen to it. If you got to sample it first, go ahead and sample it. Then you're going to want to buy it. It's a really great record. No special color vinyl. You don't need it. It's black. How's that? A black record. Whoa, what will they think of next? A black record. God, we're only about halfway through Zappa's output. I better step it up a notch. Okay, this is Bongo Fury. This is live with the captain sitting to his left there. Or is it to his right? It's actually to his right, but it's backwards on my phone for some strange reason. When you videotape things, they're backwards on the phone. I don't understand it. That's a great album, by the way. It's got Muffin Man. Zoot Allures. Another great album. This introduces, I think that this is the first time that Terry Bozzio's working with him. All right. And Bozzio is magnificent. And you also have oh, you know what? Actually, it's got Eddie Jobson pictured on here in the back. Well, he's on the front too, isn't he? He's right there. I don't think Eddie Jobson's actually on the album. Yeah, I don't think he's on here. Don Van Vliet's on here on harmonica on Find Her, Find Her, Sneak Up Behind Her. But this has a couple of the best instrumental tracks I've ever heard. It's got Black Napkins, recorded in Japan, and it's got Zoot Allures, and they are brilliant instrumentals. If you don't like it when Zappa sings because the words are a little dirty, those two songs won't disappoint you. All right, Live in New York. Okay, this is actually kind of a crappy little, it's got little problems. All right, anyway, Live in New York. Oh, for God's sake, I have another one. Oh, promotional copy, see? Not for sale. So don't think that you're gonna buy it. Oh, Joe's Garage. Joe's Garage, Act 1. All right. Come on, Joe's Garage. Everybody knows Joe's Garage. It's a brilliant little play that Zappa wrote. It's Joe's Garage again. So I have 2 copies of that. I only have 1 copy of Acts 2 and 3 because it already has 2 records. So, all right. And this stuff is really, this is one crazy concept, man. I got the box set that features all 3 records a little bit later in the show. All right. What do we have here? Sleep Dirt. Look at that artwork. It's not Cal Schenkel, people. At least I don't believe it is. It's some other guy. I know that this is one of the first contractual obligation records that Zappa sent to Warner Brothers. Studio Tan is another one. Discreet Records, which is Warner Brothers. And I'm giving Frank a hard time, so Frank said, here, put these out, you assholes. And then Orchestral Favorites. Oh, look at this. This is a Canadian pressing. This is an American pressing. But I have a Canadian pressing of this one as well. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. These three records are fantastic albums. Sleep Dirt has Flambe. Oh, Filthy Habits. What a great song. Flambe, Spider of Destiny, and Her Egyptian Strut. And then side 2 has Time is Money, Sleep Dirt, and The Ocean is the Ultimate Solution. You've got some great instrumental tracks on here. Studio Tan has some great stuff too. Studio Tan has Gregory Peccary, a monstrosity of a masterpiece. Gregory Peccary, you gotta hear it. And then inside 2 has Let Me Take You to the Beach, revised music for guitar and low-budget orchestra, and Redunzo. All right, those 2 albums are 2 of my favorite Zappa albums. They're fantastic. And these were just thrown at Warner Brothers out of anger. Zappa said, here, release this crap. But it's great stuff. And, ladies and gentlemen, what's this? Shake Your Booty. Shake Your Booty is one of the first Zappa albums that I heard. My friend Brian Tracy, I know you're out there somewhere, turned me on to this album way back in my sophomore year in college. Yes, Brian, I love this album. This has great songs like Flakes and Jewish Princess. Of course, Joe's Garage has Catholic Girls, so he sang about the Jewish princesses and he sang about the Catholic girls. This is a digitally remastered copy released by EMI in the UK or in Europe somewhere. All right, so for some reason I just felt compelled to buy another copy of the album because I don't know why. What is this? This is my 12-inch single. I believe this was pressed in Canada. And yes, it was pressed in Canada. It says it right there somewhere. Right there. It says it right there. Canada. Thank you, Canada, for this really cool record. Oh, Joe's Garage and Shake Your Booty are on the Zappa label, as is this cool 12-inch single of I Don't Want to Get Drafted and Ancient Armaments, which is an instrumental on the B-side. It's a live track, and it's one of my favorite Zappa instrumentals. I love Ancient Armaments. There's actually a longer version on a digital disc that he released. We're not going to see that today because I'm not going into my CDs. No way. This video would be 5 hours long if I had to include all that and the box sets, and so we'll just stick with the analog pressings, okay, if you don't mind. All right, but anyway, this from 1980. There's tons of these 7-inch singles, domestic United States pressings, okay, and then there's also a lot of you can find those real cheap. Great music. Oh, Baby Snakes. This is my picture disc of Baby Snakes. It's got Baby Snakes, Titties and Beer, The Black Page #2, Jones Crusher, Disco Boy, Dynamo Hum, and Punky's Whips. So it's got all kinds of stuff on here, and from the movie Baby Snakes, which is like 2.5 hour. Excuse me. 2.5 hour long. It was actually a double VCR cassette package. All right. Here's You Are What You Is, 1981, right? You Are What You Is. That title track is a little, what would you call it? politically incorrect, I suppose. The meek shall inherit nothing. You know what? You Are What You Is, side 3, man, is a great frickin' side. You Are What You Is, Mud Club, The Meek Shall Inherit Nothing. The churches, right? The church. They're going to tell you. The meek shall inherit the earth. Probably not. Sorry. And Dumb All Over. And maybe a little ugly on the side. That's a great album just for side 3 alone. I know a lot of people don't really care. A lot of people don't really care for this 80s output, but some of this stuff I think is great. Fine Girl, Easy Meat, for the young sophisticate. You can see this is a cutout. It was cheap. Not anymore. What is this? Too Late to Save a Drowning Witch. Well, this is a UK import. And early UK imports came with the Frank Zappa EP. Now, this cover, because I have some sort of severe OCD, I made that cover. Oh, look, comes this UK import. I think the domestic pressings also came with a lyric sheet. Whoops, there's nothing on that one side. It's all on this side, folks. And let's take a look at the label, because this is a UK pressing. Oh, CBS Records, okay. CBS Records. Whoops, it's upside down. See, here it's not upside down. Here it's upside down. This record's, something's wrong with it. Oh, it's still upside down. How does that happen? All right, well, anyway, this is not one of my favorite records, but this has Valley Girl on it, which was a commercial success for Frank and his lovely daughter, Moon Unit. All right. This also has a song, No Not Now, which I kind of like. I think I need to listen to this album again, and I'll probably really enjoy it. But anyway, early pressings, I don't think all pressings, usually it's a limited edition thing, these little singles. And this is the Frank Zappa EP. Now, what this has on it is 3 tracks. It's an EP, and it's got 3 instrumental tracks from Shut Up and Play Your Guitar, that series of 3 albums that eventually came out in a box set, and I picked up the box because I had to have that box. All right, so, but it's got variations on the Carlos Santana secret chord progression, Why Johnny Can't Read, and Shut Up and Play Your Guitar. Okay. Anyway, I produced that sleeve. This is a homemade sleeve. This didn't come with the record, but I just used a Xerox machine and made this shitty little sleeve because I couldn't help myself. There's probably something wrong with me. All right. So let's put this back. And what's the next album? It's the same record, but it's a Japanese pressing. I picked this up for, I think I paid $4.99 for this at Cheap Thrills in New Brunswick, New Jersey, years and years ago. And what's cool about this is not only that OBI, but you know, wow. You see why I like the Japanese? I love the Japanese because they give you this lyric sheet, right? It's the same lyric sheet that comes in that UK pressing, but look at on the B side here. Look at it. It's got a little Frank Zappa, a letter on Frank Zappa headstock, April 1982. Dear Maniac person, when the 3 individual Shut Up and Play Your Guitar albums were made available by mail order last year, the response in the United States was fantastic. It was even more fantastic in Europe when CBS released them as a deluxe box set around Christmas time. The reviews in the rock press were all outrageous, blah, blah, blah. As the result of the Barking Pumpkin has decided to make the deluxe triple LP set available now as an over-the-counter item, simultaneously with the release of Ship Arriving Too Late to Save a Drowning Witch. If you don't have a copy yet, go grab one. The supply is limited. Well, if you don't have a copy and the supply ran out, serves you right. You should have listened to the letter. And here's the other reason I like these Japanese pressings. Look at this. Look at this. Can I open this up? I don't know. Can you even see it? I don't know. Look. This is what comes inside of it. Can you see it? Can you? All right, there's all kinds of Japanese writing, but you have all these cool little pictures and illustrations and junk. And who doesn't like that? God knows I do. All right, so that's what comes in that Japanese pressing of Ship Arriving Too Late to Save a Drowning Witch. Rest in peace, poor witch. All right, let's put it back in its little plastic sleeve. Okay, I'm going to move over a little bit. And let's just do that. Huh? Oh, it's a 12-inch single of Valley Girl. And You Are What You is on the B-side. This is a domestic pressing. It was made in America, here in America. Oh my God. What is this? Rare Meats. This has it's a 6-song mini album, 33 1/3. It's mono, and it's got Baby Ray and the Ferns, How's Your Bird, The Heartbreakers, Every Time I See You, Bob Guy. Oh, it's Baby Ray and the Ferns and Bob Guy and the Heartbreakers. It's got 2 tracks. Oh, no, it's not 2 tracks each. Baby Ray and the Ferns, How's Your Bird, The World's Greatest Sinner. All right, it's a 6-song record, okay? If you want it, here, look. You look. Can you read that? No glare. All right, freeze it, read it. Rare Meat. I never listened to this. I'd rather listen to some of this other stuff. Francesco Zappa. Yeah, this is weird. The music of Francesco Zappa. His first digital recording in over 200 years. It's been a while. And this is performed by the Barking Pumpkin Digital Gratification Consort. Frank Zappa, conductor. I believe this might be Synclavier, and Zappa. I don't even know what to think of this. It's not something that I play much. It's got some weird little songs on it. I'm gonna have to put that on and check it out. Oh, the man from Utopia. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. He swatted at flies in Italy. This got Steve Vai, Ray White, Roy Estrada, Bob Harris, Ike Willis. Ike Willis, man. I like Ike. This is not... I don't think that this is all that popular. It's got some weird stuff on it, but it's one that I've listened to before and kind of got off on it. It was cool. Here's the London Symphony Orchestra. Zappa talks about how he had to tweeze all kinds of mistakes out of the recordings. He did a lot of touch-ups on this because the LSO would go out for lunch and come back a little bit sauced. Hey, come on, let's tune up. What do you say, folks? Boulez conducts Zappa. All right, this is cool. Pierre Boulez, folks. This is actually on EMI Angel Records. 1984. Them Are Us. And there is a book called Them Are Us. That came out when this came out. Zappa wrote some kind of a weird book, and I have a copy of it somewhere. Man, it's somewhere. I don't know exactly where it is. And I tried reading it, and it's just so bizarre. That would be something I need to pull out again and check it out. But anyway, this is great, man. This has their version on the last track on the last side, side 4, Whipping Post. All right? It's a good 7.5 minute long track of them doing Whipping Post. But this has songs like The Closer You Are, In France, Yahazna, Charlena, Sinister Footwear 2, Truck Driver Divorce. It's very sad. And it's got Stevie Spanking, Baby Take Your Teeth Out, Marquis Son's Chicken, and The Planet of My Dreams, which is like less than 2 minutes long. And man, what a neat little tune that is. And then it's got Be In My Video, Them Are Us, Frogs with Dirty Little Lips. I believe, I think Ahmet helped him write that song. Frogs with Dirty Little Lips. Here's a single that came out in Germany. It's got In France and Be In My Video from Them Are Us. Then it's got a song, He's So Gay, from Thingfish, and Wonton On, previously unreleased. It's actually No Not Now backwards. That's what that is. All right, so look, All You Need Is Glove. This is just a bootleg of one of the shows Frank did when he was touring that album, Them Are Us. And it's actually, I guess you could say that's B, not even B plus, probably just a B recording. What do we have here? A mirror image? My God, what's going on? Well, this is a pressing from the United States. This is European pressing. Why the difference? Well, this has a song on it. It's a recording called Porn Wars. The PMRC decided they wanted to start labeling records. They've been doing it. They're still doing it. Okay? And Zappa fought it because it's not really fair to the artists. When you start labeling records, I don't know, it's not really fair. All right, but anyway, side 1 happens to be the same. Side 2 on this domestic pressing has Little Beige Sambo, Porn Wars, and Aerobics and Bondage. Okay? But Porn Wars is not on this track, is not on this record here, this European pressing. Instead, they give you I Don't Even Care, which I love. I Don't Even Care. It's great. And it's got Johnny Guitar Watson singing on it, and he's awesome. It's also got One Man, One Vote, and it's got HR 2911. I believe that is the bill, the number of the bill for labeling your albums. I believe that's what that is about. And anyway, those 3 tracks are, I believe, 2 of those 3. I Don't Even Care is just a great little tune. But One Man, One Vote and HR 2911, I believe, are musical segments tweezed out of Porn Wars. It's good stuff. So that's the variation between the U.S. pressing and the European pressing. This is jazz from hell, folks. This is all synclavier stuff, except for one track, Saint Etienne. It is a guitar solo performed live, and it's really a great song. And you know, it took me a while, man. This synclavier stuff, I wasn't into it right away, but I like it. I like it. Oh, 1987. What's this? It's a cassette. It's not really a cassette. But this is the Guitar World according to Frank Zappa, and this was originally released by Guitar Magazine, Guitar World Magazine, Guitar Magazine, back in '87 as a cassette that came with, I don't know if it came with the magazine or if you had to write to the magazine to get it, but it's got there's some tracks that were not released. Like there's some instrumental tracks, a solo from Heidelberg, a solo from Cologne, a solo from Atlanta, from the Shut Up and Play Your Guitar series. Some of these were variations. They were slightly different recordings, either slightly different mixes or slightly longer. And I think one of them, I think Heidelberg, wasn't even released on that guitar set. But they put it out on this cassette, or that was originally released as a cassette. Record Store Day 2019, back in April, they decided to put this out on an album. And it's on clear wax. Look at that. It's the Guitar World according to Frank Zappa, folks. And so most of this stuff it has been released since. Some of these tracks are from Zoeterlours, which was released in '76. And things that look like meat. But there's some of them are slightly Sleep Dirt's on here, which was one of the contractual obligation tracks. I think that was on, that was on Sleep Dirt. Anyway, some of these are just slightly different edits and just a little bit different, but it made for a great collection. Like the way that the songs are edited together is pretty damn awesome. And they finally released it on this record. I actually have a copy of that tape. I bought it off of somebody from eBay years ago, and I burned it to CD and listened to it in my car. That's what I did. All right. Here it is. This is Frank Zappa guitar. This is the vinyl release. It's a double record set, and it omits like 11 of the tracks because when this came out, they were putting out CDs already, and Frank put this out on a double CD. And it's loaded with a lot more music. But I did pick this up first. All right. Shit, it's been a long time. No more music. This is the You Can't Do That on Stage Anymore sampler. And I just got a copy of this in the mail. I actually bought it, and it was I bought it twice. This is the second one. The first one I got, when I got the record and I opened it up, I found that there was water damage on the inside. And in fact, that was when I found out it was damaged, because when I started to open it up, you could see that it was tearing inside. This, because it's a gatefold sleeve, folks. All right, this is the second copy I picked up. And this is not damaged, and it's, you can't do that on stage anymore. It's that same, it's a sampler of the very first one. All right, look, I wasn't even going to do this, but I'm going to do it. All right, this is a sampler of the first double CD set. Here it is. All right, there it is. There's the CD. All right. In fact, here's the goddamn tour case. This whole thing, man. You bought 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 5 and 6 came in this case, and there was plenty of room to store all the other ones. So they're in here, folks. All right, so there it is. Obviously, I'm obsessively devoted to Frank and his recordings. Hey, what's this? It's an Old Masters sampler. This was available when you were buying stuff from Barking Pumpkin, which is how you did it years ago. I think Gail ran it. And if you ordered something from these guys, you could get this for, I think it was for like a couple of bucks. And at the time, there was a Lumpy Gravy excerpt that was only available on this little record. There it is on side 1, Lumpy Gravy excerpt, okay? So this has some of the songs that were in the Old Masters box set. So it's got, the songs that are on here have some of those tracks that have added drum and, re-recorded drum and bass parts. All right. And what is this? Broadway the Hard Way, 1988. Broadway the Hard Way. It's actually a cutout. It's got a little hole down here. But I got it anyway. All right. This I have on CD, but I do have this on LP as well. And there is something on here. He's actually reads a little poem or something. It's not on the CD. So I picked this up because I am a ridiculous completist. Completist. This is Looking Up Granny's Dress. This is the mothers, a bunch of the mothers. They put this album out, so I think this was released after. Oh no, this is from 1982. And Zappa was certainly still alive. So this has Desiree. This is actually Zappa's on here on Desiree. But which when I started recording it was on that CD. Anyway, this is Grandmothers. All right, it's got some of the ex-mothers on it, and they did some recordings, and yeah, Elliot Ingber, Buzz Gardner, these guys wrote some songs and played together, and this is what they put out. Some boots. All right. I shouldn't even be showing these because they're fucking bootlegs, and you shouldn't be buying bootlegs, but I did pick these up because I wanted to get some of the here's another one. Previous Plastic is the Trick or Treat. Previous Plastic is a subtitle of the A-side, and it's got some single tracks that weren't easy to get, like Why Don't You Do Me Right and Big Leg Emma, until they put out those Ryko discs, CDs. Lonely Little Girl, Dog Breath, My Guitar, Tears Began to Fall, and Junior Mints Boogie. Tears Began to Fall and Junior Mints Boogie was an A-side and a B-side of a single from the from that which album is that? God damn it, which one is it? Yeah, from Live at the Fillmore East. Junior Mints Boogie's not on there. Here's a strange album. Strictly Commercial, the best of Frank Zappa. I got it because I'm a completist, and I think this had some, 12-inch dance mix of Dancing Fool, Joe's Garage single version, and Montana single version, and Don't Eat the Yellow Snow single version. So there were 4 tracks. I bought this stupid album because of those 4 tracks, ladies and gentlemen. It does pay to put on those obscure tracks. Feeding the Monkeys Out. Ma Mason. Ma Maison. I don't know if there's a funny way to say that. I picked this up because again, it's a funky little orange record. Look at that. Oh, here's side one. It's got a popsicle that's melting. Okay. And of course, side two is that red Zappa label. And I was a little disappointed with this record because I thought it was a little bit too crackly, man. But I sure do love looking at the record. All right. Hey, man, we're almost done. Let's see if I can get done in about 15 minutes. Oh, this came with an insert, too. All right. I have yet to read that insert, man. I am a slacker. This record, man, the cover was a little bit beat up when I got it, too, man. Just slightly beat up on the edge here. Look at that. I hate stuff like this. You can see it's got a little bit of a bend to it. I don't know if the guy who packed it like shit, or what the fuck happened to that. And I paid a lot of money for it. I think I paid $15 for this, actually. So, but anyway, Synclavier recordings. That finally came out. Dweez, it's the Dweez. Dweezil with Crunchy Water. My mother is a space cadet, and Crunchy Water, folks. Dweezil was just a kid, man. I think he was like 14 years old or something when he put this out. You know, it helps when your dad has a recording studio. All right, and then there's this, Having a Bad Day. Having a Bad Day. There's no G. And, yeah, Dweezil Moon Unit. Bobcat Goldthwait is on here. And the Yachtly Crew. Play on Motley Crue. And Dweezil. Scott Tunis on bass. Chad Wackerman on drums. You got a good band here, man. I got to play that again. I probably haven't played that in freaking moons and moons. And this is You're a Hook. What this is a collection of people doing poems. Right? Look at the bottom there. Frank Zappa contributed a poem. And it was a weird little poem. The Talking Asshole. Recorded at the Nova Convention, New York, December 2nd, 1978. Okay, there's all kinds of other people on here. Philip Glass. Laurie Anderson. Any Laurie Anderson fans? You might be interested in this. William Burroughs. Jim Carroll, Allen Ginsberg, Lenny Kaye, and Patti Smith's on here too. Patti Smith, huh? Cool. All right, but it's all spoken word. Hey, we're in box sets. What is this? It is a bootleg box. It is the mystery box. There are 10 records in here of varying quality. Okay, but there are some cool things on here. One of the things I liked on here was they had a Token of His Extreme. That has really good, clean recordings of the recordings that he did in on television in 1974 in California. Montana, Stinkfoot, Inca Roads with the monster guitar solo on that version, and Dog Breath, and then Approximate, Cosmic Debris, and Florentine Pogan. So they're edited slightly differently. The edits are different. The way they segue is different. And yeah, the TV special recorded at KCET 1974, phenomenal stereo sound, and that is no joke. This is phenomenal stereo sound. But it has been was this released on LP? I don't think so. But it was released on DVD. And in different order. All right? So, anyway. That's that box. There's other good stuff on there, too. Here's the Shut Up and Play Your Guitar box set. Okay? What more to say about this? If you like his guitar solos, you're kind of like a dope not to own this. Okay, Joe's Garage, Acts 1, 2, and 3, box. If you like Joe's Garage, I like having this box. I like Joe's Garage. And one of Zappa's, probably one of his least favorite albums. I think most fans don't like this record. I'm probably one of them. I'm not a big fan of this album. I have listened to it. 3-record set, right? 3-record box set and libretto. And it's really oddball. And it's got redone versions of a lot of his previously recorded songs. This is Old Masters box number 1. This has, do we really have to go through it? It's got Freak Out, you know, Absolutely Free, We're Only In It For The Money, what are they called? I can never remember. Lumpy Gravy, and it's got Groovin', what is it, with Reuben and the Jets? Cruising with Reuben and the Jets. Okay, again, some of the music was re-recorded drums and bass. This is Old Masters box 2, and this has a bunch of recordings from, oh shit, I can't remember. What I liked about these, here, this Burnt Weenie Sandwich, of course. I think it's got 7 records in here. Just Another Band from LA. It's got Live at the Fillmore. It's got Hot Rats. And the Old Masters box 1 and box 2 both came with a mystery disc of previously unreleased stuff. That's in here too, and that's why I own this box. When they put out Old Masters box 3, that included stuff like Apostrophe and you know, stuff from 74 through 76. I think it might even have the live in New York, Zappa in New York. But there was no mystery disc, and I didn't buy it. I wish I did, because these box sets are pretty cool. All right. God, we're at 92 minutes now. Oh, accept these substitutes. Beat the Boots. Now, when these came out, you could get the CDs or you could get these box sets of albums. Well, I got the box sets of these albums. Now, I can't remember how to open this box. So here's what I'm going to do. Here we go. Here we go. Here it is. Can you see this? This is ridiculous. All it is a box of records. It's got Any Way the Wind Blows, Paris, Frank in Paris, France, Freaks and Mother, blah, blah, blah. Zappa, Starbrooken, 1978. There's a bunch of bootlegs in here. All right, that's a ton of them. And Frank said, fuck it. I'm sick of these bootlegs. So he put this box out, this limited edition box. And then he did it again a little later. He put this box out. This is the second box set of bootlegs. This was interesting though, because when you open that box, you just get a bunch of records. This one, when you open this up, you get a Beat the Boots beret, you get a Beat the Boots button, you get a scrapbook, Scrapbook, huh? What, right? Yeah, Scrapbook. Want to see? Want me to show it to you? Look. Look fast. All right? There's your Beat the Boots scrapbook. Wait a minute now. I know that. I could have sworn that there was something different about the way this opened up. Had a little thing with it. Maybe not. Where is like a Waka? Oh, this is $79.99, and I still have the stupid hype sticker. Look at that. If you want to see the hype sticker, there it is. All right. All right. Anyway, tons of boots. He didn't remaster the sound, so, oops, there's the button. He didn't remaster the sound, so a lot of this just sounds like crap. It's like really poor sounding stuff. All right. Guys, there's still a little bit more. I want to show you my singles. Zappa singles? This stuff wasn't commercial, but here it is. This is one of the earliest Zappa singles, Zappa related singles that I have. This is a bootleg, not a bootleg. This is a promotional copy of Boy Wonder I Love You and Orange Colored Sky. There it is, folks. Right? And it's hysterical. This is a really funny track. There was supposedly a third track that he recorded with Burt Ward from Batman. He was Robin. Burt Ward. Remember him? Robin. And he sang these songs. He didn't write them. Zappa got him to sing them. Zappa wrote Boy Wonder I Love You, and he produced it. And I think he plays on it too. And Orange Colored Sky is some other song that somebody else wrote, and Zappa helped produce that too. All right, this has got to be a bootleg. Moxie Records. And this has Hey Nelda and Surf Along, and How's Your Bird, and World's Greatest Sinner. They're four tracks from 64, 65, maybe 62, when Zappa was working in the PAL studios. And now you get to the record store day stuff. This is the Mothers of Invention. How Could I Be Such a Fool? Help, I'm a Rock, third movement. It Can't Happen Here. And, okay, they thought about, what can we put out and we'll get more money? Well, I'm a sucker for these little things because they're, colored, or maybe they have a different edit. And so I'm the guy they're marketing these to. All right? I'm sorry. I can't help myself. So, all right. How could I be such a fool? Well, payday comes and that's what I did. I spent my money on this stuff. Here, this is it says mono on here, so I guess these are mono recordings. What's this? The LA Philharmonic. Oh, this is the overture from 200 Motels. This is, boy, they didn't even bother to give this a sleeve. They put it in plastic and said, look, it's purple. Well, it is purple, so I bought it. All right, and these are, I believe that these are different mixes of tracks from 200 Motels. Yeah, I think that's some of these are, maybe this one's unreleased. Shit, I don't remember. I don't remember, but it's purple, so I have to have it. Wait a minute, what's this? This is an original single. This is My Guitar. WPLJ is on this side, on a bizarre single, a promotional single, no less, and My Guitar. I got this record from, excuse me, I've only been doing this for almost 2 hours, right? I got this record from a guy who was a lead singer in our band when I was in high school. And he had this, and he sold it to me for a bunch of money. Bastard. Couldn't have given it to me. He was our lead singer. Bastard. Here, Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention. This is My Guitar and Dog Breath. Here it is again, folks. It's not... Oh, it is color vinyl. I'm sorry. This is a real deep... Can you see that? Deep... Yeah, you can see it. It's deep green. Marble record. Ain't that cool? It's the same tracks that I just showed you. That's cool, man. Oh, Dog Breath. I'm sorry. My Guitar, I believe, is the same single version in Dog Breath. Not WPLJ. All right, so... And they gave it that spiffy cover, too. I like that. And there's his Imperial and his mustache. And, okay. Music is the best. I'm the slime. Music is the best. It says it right there. See? It says it right there. All right? Frank Zappa, I'm the slime. And Montana. This is from 2013. These are all numbered. I don't care about the numbers. Who gives a rat's ass about that shit? All I know is I like having these records. Oh, look, this one's green. It's slime green. It's marbleized slime green. It's lighter, much lighter green than that previous record. But, come on, Doc. We're almost done here. Hang in there just a few more minutes, people, and you get to see it all. The whole damn kit and caboodle. This is Don't Eat the Yellow Snow and Down in the Dew. This is the latest record that I got. Latest single that I got. And actually, I think it's just black. Yeah, it's just a black single. And it's got that same configuration with the labels where side 1 is Barking Pumpkins and side 2 is the Zappa label. But anyway, it's Don't Eat the Yellow Snow. It's the single edit. So I wanted it. Now I got it. That's why I'm showing it to you. All right, and put that away. And now we have Dancing Fool and Baby Snakes. This is just a UK import. I don't have one with a picture sleeve. Maybe one day I'll rectify that little problem. Here's Valley Girl. And what the hell's on the B-side? Oh, You Are What You Is, I think, right? Valley Girl and You Are What You Is. All right. Nice little picture sleeve with the words on the back. For Valley Girl, anyway. This doesn't have You Are What You Is. And here's like one of many copies of I Don't Want to Get Drafted and Ancient Armaments. This is a European pressing. Here, let's see. It's on CBS record label. You can see CBS, right? Hello. Ancient Armaments, man, was a non-album track, and then he finally released it on some multi channel disc that you could have to play on your DVD player. Here is another copy of that. And what do I have in here with this? Oh, Psychotic Playground. I just kept another one of those OBI, Ryko OBI things. I want to throw it away. And here's the domestic copy of the single. I Don't Want to Get Drafted. And it's got this cool B-side illustration asking the question, is this trip really necessary? Really? And there is the red Zappa label. Okay, I don't want to get drafted. I don't want to get drafted. Foxhole, Foxhole, ugh. All right. And, wow, I still have a couple more singles. Look at that. Oh, my God. Here's You Are What You Is on the A side. Hello. It is a European single. I think it's French or German. Look at that label. Oh, it's got Harder Than Your Husband on the B side. All right. Which is one of the tracks on Them or Us. Or no, it's You Are What You Is. It's one of the tracks on You Are What You Is. Okay. And Man from Utopia meets Mary Lou. And Sex is on the B side. All right. Another European pressing. And Baby Take Your Baby Take Your Teeth Out. All right. This is a UK pressing from 1984. From Them or Us. And Stevie Spanking. What a nice little story that was, folks. Maybe it'll become a Walt Disney movie. Probably not. And this, I just picked up this not too long ago, too. Hot Rat Sessions. This has, it's a 10-inch picture disc, okay? And I just wanted to get it from the Hot Rat Sessions. It's actually a 4-track EP. It's got Peaches and Regalia and Little Umbrellas, rhythm track mixes on side 1, on this side, right? Side 1, because his face is side 1. And on side 2, it's got the mono single masters to both those songs. See? You want to read it? You want to read it for yourself? You don't believe me? And then, last but not least, is Rollo. This 10-inch single, which, again, is a special pressing on clear vinyl. And this has, okay, Rollo on side 1, which is something that he released on CD. And then something called Portland Improvisation is on side 2. I don't believe that was released. I think it's only on this record. Okay, I could be wrong. Maybe I need to do more research, but anyway. All right, here it is. And that's all there is. And if you're still watching this video, you must be a Zappa freak. All right? I apologize for how long it took to get to the end, but I hope you liked it. Where am I looking? Right here? Right there. There. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Good night.